We are currently being invaded. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. Down in Texas, talking about El Paso mayor declares state of emergency. People coming across the border recently is up 40%. People sleeping on the streets, freezing. Massive invasion of the United States. What are we doing about it? Not much. This video we're going to talk about the implications of this happening, why it's happening, where it's happening, and maybe some things we can do about it, because that's important. So from what I've heard, about 2,400 people are coming across just in that border section alone every single day. That is not good. I am all for, 100% for, legal immigration. 100%, there's no problem with that. But illegal immigration is breaking the law. So those people coming across the border illegally are criminals. So why don't we treat them as criminals? Why do we give them handouts? Why do we give them free college? Why do we give them cell phones? Why do we give them all the food stamps and all the housing assistance and all the stuff like that, and then let them vote? Yeah, it's an agenda. It's all part of the agenda. The liberals are letting this happen because they give them all these handouts, so they're buying the votes, basically. They are using the Hispanic population to get elected. That's not good. Most of those people, I feel, not knowing them all individually, of course, would probably vote the other direction if they weren't being handed all these handouts. But, like I said, it's part of the agenda. And there's a lot of bigger implications of this happening. But before I go any further, please, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Ring the notification bell for all. Hit that thumbs up or the thumbs down. Share the videos. Comment below. And do so with every other prepper channel out there, every other homestead channel out there, every other 2A channel out there, every off-grid homesteading, bushcraft, survival channel out there. Grow the community. It's very important because the bigger the community gets, the more popular it gets, the more people that are exposed to it, then we can build more assets instead of liabilities. We have more people at least basic level of preparedness, so that there are fewer people out there in those lines at FEMA camps going, please help. So it's very important to grow the community. All right, on with other stuff. What do we do about it? What do we do about this problem? Because I like solutions. I don't like just talking about problems, obviously. So what do we do? Well, get rid of those people in charge that think it's a wonderful thing to have a porous border. Oh, wide open. Oh, yeah, everybody just come on in. Just come on in. Bring all your problems. Bring all your diseases. We'll just hand you a bunch of stuff and, putting us further into debt and screwing ourselves, basically. Yeah, we don't want that to happen. So what are some of these implications? These implications are varied. Some of them are the increased tax burden of these programs, using our tax dollars for this. But there's other ones, bigger ones, much bigger ones. I feel that one of the biggest ones is medical related, because these people from these nations, Mexico, Venezuela, Guatemala, Central and South American countries, they don't receive the same level of care that we do. They also have different immunities and different vaccination status. They also have different immune systems. What they're immune to, we may not be immune to. Well, let me watch out for these trees. All right, let me just put this down here for a sec. Get you guys back up here and say hi. What I'm getting at is these people crossing the border carry with them diseases, sicknesses, etc. that the American people aren't necessarily equipped for, aren't used to, don't deal with on a basis, on a little bit of basis. I mean, we do have a lot of international travel where people travel all over the place. I get it. But these people are also, it's just different. You know what I mean? What I'm getting at as far as medical, they're bringing all these sicknesses and diseases from these third world countries that don't have a grasp on all these sicknesses, diseases, whatever it may be. They're bringing them here. So what that's doing is infecting us, increasing our chances of coming down with something. Which, is that part of the plan? Maybe that's part of the plan. We know about the whole, pandemic and stuff like that. Maybe this is part of it. But there are other implications also that I'd like to talk about. What about the implication of work availability, wages, the under the table stuff, thus not collecting income tax, etc. So it is weakening our economic standing. Yeah. Now, some of these people come across, like the migrant field workers and stuff that perform a lot of these very, very valuable tasks. That's important to us. I don't know why Americans won't do it. I guess because we're lazy and spoiled. We don't want to get out there and do the hard work. But a lot of these people are probably good people. I'm not judging them. But because of the fact that people are just porous, our border is porous, people are coming across, we don't know who they are. A lot of them may be good people, just trying to provide a better life for their families. But some of them may be that big bad T word, capital T, that we've been fighting over in the sandbox for, a long time now. We don't know. What about infiltrators from, say, that dragon country over there, that bear country over there, or that that other place in north of the southern part that, doesn't like us. What about Middle Eastern T's? Yeah. Infiltrating our society, setting ourselves up. Maybe that's where this whole power station, substation, transformer attacks are coming from to take down our grid. Who knows? I mean, it's just, there's a lot of threats. And not to mention, like I said, the medical aspect of it and the increased threats that direction, the increased threats from the T's and the grid and the jobs from Americans and not paying taxes and there's a lot of implications for this. And a lot of these people down here, from what I read, in Texas, in El Paso, not down here, down there, in El Paso, it's cold. It's wintertime. Maybe not as cold as some places in the United States, but these people are sleeping in the streets, unsanitary conditions. So what happens then? Then, the city, the state, whatever, has to step in and help them, which is spending more of our tax dollars, taking us further into debt. And why is this happening in El Paso? Well, the Democrats are in charge. And they're all for welcoming people in, until it causes all these problems. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh shoot, state of emergency. What are we gonna do? Help, please. You built your bed. Now you got to sleep in it. I'm sorry, but we know people that see these things, the failed policies of these leaders. Seattle's a perfect example of what a dump it's become. It's disgusting, homeless dump. Portland, same thing. Olympia, same thing. The whole I-5 corridor from Canada to Mexico is a dump. Why? Who controls the I-5 corridor? Liberals. All of it. I mean, it's only going to get worse. And there's going to be further implications. And things aren't going to get any better. So what else can we do about it? We can make our voices heard, not be the silent majority anymore. Be the vocal majority. Stand up to this stuff. Make changes. Write letters, emails, phone calls, protests. Get active. But most off, prepare yourselves. Because there's only so much we can do. and the effect of what we can do is probably like pretty small. I don't hold much weight in the whole voting process anymore. Do I still do it? Of course I do, because if I don't, that would be just stupid. It doesn't take me any time to drop a piece of paper in a box, and yeah, so it would be irresponsible of me not to do it. But I really don't think it does anything anymore. So we need to prepare ourselves. We need to be stockpiling. We need to be training ourselves, because if some of these people coming across the border, which we know they are threats, and we have T-cells in our nation, then bad things are going to be coming. We need to be prepared tactically. We need to be squared away preparedness-wise. We need to be training. We need to be practicing. We need to be building skills. We need to be working together as a community, growing tribe, preparing ourselves for a fight that may be coming. So that's a very important thing to think about. One of the biggest things I feel that we can do is prepare ourselves physically, spiritually, mentally for what is coming. We need to be well-rounded. We need to be prepared for stuff to get worse. Winter, threats at the border that are all across the United States now, and once they get across that border, they just all over the place. Tribe is very important. Training, like I mentioned. Please get that training. Please get your gear squared away. Stockpiling food, water, all the basic stuff. I mean, prepping, really, yeah, it's a big topic when you talk about everything that it encompasses. So many different skill sets can aid you in preparedness, in homesteading, in being more self-sufficient, self-reliant. But it really just kind of boils down to the basics. Just do a little every day. Remember that prepping is living insurance. And as long as we're doing our best, making it a lifestyle, and moving forward every day, improving our situation so that tomorrow we're better than today, and that's really all we can do. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.